Feels like winning Asian Tour is like the hardest thing in the world.
On the tee, Jazz Janewattananond.
What a start. This is incredible goal from Jazz.
How's that for a golf shot from Jazz?
They dance to the tune of Jazz in Singapore. The 2019 Singapore Open champion is Jazz Janewattananond. It's the final round of the Holland Korea Open. So good, so good. As the rise and rise of Jazz Janewattananond continues. Well, there is a statement. Look at this. Look at that. It's got it on a string.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. There's a lot of golf to be played. This is not the end of the road.
Hello and welcome to the highlights of the BNI Indonesian Masters, the final day of the penultimate event of the season, coming from the award-winning Royale Jakarta Golf Club for the 9th year in a row. And it's already a week to remember for Jazz Janewattananond, getting the trophy for winning the Order of Merit from the CEO of the Asian Tour, Cho Min-tant. The 24-year-old becoming the 4th Thai to win the Asian Tour's top prize. But there's still work to be done this week, and he started with rounds of 68 and 70. Then in came a new putter, and suddenly his tournament caught fire in round 3. Starting 7 strokes off the lead, the Thai would birdie first and second, and another here at the 4th. He 3-putted the 6th, but only to come back with this birdie at the 8th. He would make the turn in 31 after this brilliant approach to set up an eagle at the par 5 9th. He would follow it up with another birdie on the 10th. And how about this at the par 5 12th? Another eagle, and that would make it 6 under in 5 holes. There would be another birdie at the 14th, and this for a 30 on his back 9 at the closing hole. Almost. He would have to settle for a 62, equaling the very best that's been shot here at the Royale Jakarta Golf Club. And it was that 62 that propelled Jazz Janewattananond to the top of the leaderboard. A win here would be Jazz's 3rd of the season, and more importantly, take him into the top 50 of the world rankings for the very first time in his career. So it's a fine day here at the Royale Jakarta Golf Club, greeting the players in this 4th and final round of the 2019 BNI Indonesian Masters. And with that, it's time to hand you over to our commentary team of Don Boulay, Richard Kaufman, Anthony Kang and Timothy Lowe.
The award-winning Royale Jakarta Golf Club for the 9th year in a row hosting the Asian Tour. Danny Mazrin looking to become just the 2nd Indonesian to finish in the top 10 at the BNI Indonesian Masters. Par at the 1st, birdie at the 2nd. He is currently in a tie for 10th at 10 under par. 2-time winner this season on the Japan Tour is Yasuki Asagi. This was his approach at the par 5 2nd. The Japanese player adding a birdie from the 1st with another one here at the 2nd. He's also at 10 under par. Patra Kongwatmai, brilliant through the first 12 holes yesterday, 7 under par. Slipped back a little, went in the water at 18, had to settle for a 66, looking to make amends for that. when he got off to a great start. A birdie at the first, taking him to 11 under par. He's playing with Tae-Woo Kim, who from further out also made a birdie at the first, the Korean, 11 under par. This also at the opening hole, final group, Gunn Charoenkul. This to try and tie Jazz Janewattananond at the top of the leaderboard. Would you believe it? What a start from Gunn. Well, there is a statement of intent. You can see he's walking a little bit gingerly. He's got some blisters on his feet. He's in a little bit of pain, but that might soothe it just a little bit. Pachara, birdie at the first we saw. Could he make another at the second? Of course he could. And Pachara Kongwatmai gets himself to 12 under par, 4 shots off the lead. So that's how things stand right now. Gunn and Jazz tied at the top. 3-shot gap then to Keith Horn. Pachara certainly putting himself in the frame. Par start for Alex Chaker. Shiv Kapoor with a birdie at the second. Tae-Woo Kim managing at birdie at the first. Pachara.
Well, this is to start his round with 3 straight birdies.
He's missed a lot of putts this week. Missed a lot of short ones too, and few from that distance. Now Gunn, he can really pile the pressure on here. Hit a few stiff with wedges over the first 3 days that we've seen. Would love one to be sticking right next to the pin here, and I think he's just done it.
Well, what a start from Gunn.
Birdie attempt for Korean Tae-Woo Kim. Great start for Tae-Woo Kim. Birdies at first and the second. 2 under par for his round.
Well, Alex Chaker, 49 now.
He's past champions category. He'll get about 10 or 12 starts. Keep his game sharp for the Champions Tour, and it's pretty sharp from what we've seen this week.
And he actually says it's a blessing in disguise that that's all it will be, because he doesn't really want to overwork himself in his 50th year.
Well, early days, but this is a big up and down.
And a big putt coming up as well.
This is a vital putt. We saw him yesterday take quite a bit of time standing over the ball. Well done by Keith.
This at the par 3, 4th hole. 147 yards it's playing today. And that is a fantastic shot.
Made a good up and down on the first. He was in the bunker, greenside bunker, hold about a 5-footer. This will be another up and down. Well done. Missed more greens today already than he did the entire day yesterday.
For the outright lead, as you can see. And it's a birdie start. And a 1-shot advantage for the limping Gunn Charoenkul.
Oh, excellent putt by Josh Younger. Today's final round, an important day for Josh. If he gets inside the top 5 today, a very good chance that he retains his Asian Tour card.
Chaker, who moves alongside the South African now at 13 under par.
Now this man's been rock solid so far today. There's a big slope to the right of this hole. If he can just sort of carry it past that, he can sort of feed it back down towards this hole location. Beautifully done, just like that for Gunn.
Yeah, another excellent shot.
Delicate shot, this one. You've got to carry it onto the green. Oh, lovely trajectory there. On an uphill slope, it does help. Well, nice touch.
Oh, Jazz giving this putt plenty of attention. It's a tricky one to read this. Well, the good news is he's putting uphill. And like Anthony mentioned, the green's running at a speedy 12 on the stimp today.
Well, Gunn will have a chance to go 2 ahead in a moment. No win on the Asian Tour, but he has won 9 times back home on the Sunshine Tour, Keith Horn. And he moves himself out of that big bunch at 13 under.
That was a smart second shot from Gunn. Pretty makeable putt, slick down the hill, moving gently from his right. Golden opportunity to stretch that lead.
Didn't miss by much.
Good up and down by Josh Younger. Averted a potential disaster on this short par 3.
Well, Jazz Janewattananond with so much to gain by winning the BNI Indonesian Masters, but winning is never easy. Early stages of the final round, BNI Indonesian Masters.
Welcome back to the 9th edition of the BNI Indonesian Masters, the flagship event of the Asian Tour, thanks to the generous support of Bank Negara Indonesia, Bank BRI and MedcoEnergi.
The tournament is one of the country's leading sporting events. It boasts world-class players, a global television audience. Now in its 9th year, it boasts a strong and established history. It is the perfect event for BNI to sponsor. Golf is a very popular sport with a global audience. The game also has attributes and qualities like few other leading sports. It's known for its sportsmanship and values and always viewed in a positive light. For us, golf is an ideal sport for a financial institution to connect with.
Being one of the leading energy companies in Indonesia, we see a very good synergy between a company of our standard with a well-run tournament like the Indonesian Masters.
BRI are truly excited to be involved again with the Indonesian Masters, which is not only one of the Indonesia's leading sporting event, but it also one of the region's prime tournament. We're very proud to be associated with the event. It has quickly grown to be the flagship event on the Asian Tour.
And now back to more golfing action from the 2019 BNI Indonesian Masters.
Second shot here for Pachara. If you're going to miss the green here, it's not bad missing on this right side. Although it's a tight lie, it is all uphill once he gets onto the green, so it can apply a lot of spin to check the ball near the hole.
This is a little down the slope, right to left for Jazz. He knows par golf won't be enough for him today.
Well, we saw him miss the green to the right. This is the chip to here, but it's a putt you can be aggressive with. Now, boy, he can't keep the momentum. The whole week it's been like that.
Gunn here, keep his one-stroke lead.
Wow. Didn't see that coming. Well, Jazz now level par through his 4 holes. Gunn 1 under through his 4 holes, and a little bit of hope for the chasing pack.
This is a great chance for birdie.
Oh, what a 3 that is.
The 49-year-old ties the 48-year-old on the leaderboard. He's certainly aiming, I think, just right around the right side of the hole, maybe just on the lip. Let's see. Got to start it on the line. He started it perfectly. That is a great putt. So he moves back to 12 under. He's only 4 back.
Oh, Taewoo Kim made a great par at 5. This to get into a share of 3rd. What a start he's made to this final round. And it continues.
Picking up pace. What's the line like? Oh,
that would have been outrageous. What a great effort from Jazz Janewattananond. Danny Masrin, another birdie look.
missed one shorter than this on the last. Not this time. Good putt. Like the best, second best stroke average in Japan this year.
Younger, who won in his homeland of Australia just 2 weeks ago. Chance for him to get to 14 under par.
He's looking a bit anxiously at it, and that's the reason why.
He's off key, I think that's fair to say.
There you go. Back to even par, but he doesn't look that enthused. Got to get this up and down. Wow. He's got it up and down. Oh, and for a second there, I thought he might have even just got it up and in.
Younger. Great chance for birdie taken. Well, they're all tightening up, aren't they now? The top 6 separated by 2 shots. Well, I don't think Jazz is going to get too much spin where he is right now.
Oh, he's going to love this.
Well, by far the best shot that Jazz Janewattananond has hit today.
Alex Checa, he just has to be loving being in contention. This is what all the professional golfers do play for, even though you've been at this game for so long. All the adrenaline running through your body. Great shot.
This is a wonderful opportunity for Jazz to get his first birdie of the day. Back in front on his own. He's off the mark, 17 under.
How about Checa? To get to solo third.
Yeah, these players know that these opportunities need to be gobbled up.
Now, Keith. Boy, it's really good. Great shot.
Massive drive for Kong Wat Mai. Short iron into this left pin at the 8th.
Hasn't made the most of his length off the tee there. Both these guys, Jazz and Gunn, were playing in 4 degrees windy weather at the JT Cup last week. I think they prefer this, wouldn't they, to that?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you're a polar bear. Oh, look at this. He's got it.
What a birdie that is from Gunn. Hold a big one at 1, but that is even bigger. And he joins Jazz again into a share of the lead.
Jazz for his birdie here.
Hello, hello. Well, it's coming to life at the 7th here, isn't it? You make one, well, watch me.
Psychologically, that's massive.
Yeah, he likes that new putter.
Now up on the 8th green. And the top 2 are starting to get away from the rest of them.
This is a really big putt for Keith Horn. Well, that's why they're in the final group. 2s all round. Jazz, Gunn and Keith Horn. Danny Mazrin certainly is leading the way as far as top Indonesian is concerned, and he might be progressing a little further as well. But
it's not a million miles away either. Got a lot of support. Big tee shot from Gunn. It's got a very smooth action. Not a lot can go wrong with it. Good posture. Nice club face at the top. I think he quite likes it. Oh, it was one firm bounce. All it needed. Didn't quite catch it in the middle of the club off the tee, so had to lay up. Got to make sure you're left of the ridge. Got to land it there. Brilliant shot. This is very makeable. He's got it on the right line. Pace is not going to be an issue. Oh, it didn't land properly the first bounce, although it's still going. Well, it did make it to the hole.
Well, Jazz gonna be moving very slick from left to right once it gets on the green. Definitely needs to be wary of this one. Easy to let this one get away from him.
What a great effort.
eagle putt up the slope for Charoenkul. It's another birdie.
Well, Gunn, flat-ish putt here. Just a little bit of right to left movement in it.
How about that? He has got his putting boots on today, Gunn.
And it's looking more like a Gunn and Jazz show at the moment.
Should be birdies all round. You can see Patcher has tapped in his. Just the second birdie of the day for Shiv Kapur. Both have come at the par fives.
Well, Keith hasn't looked very solid over these left to right sliders over the weekend. This one definitely moving from left to right. Just about 8 feet or so.
Well, given the fact that Gunn has made a birdie, a drop shot there from Keith Horn, suddenly he's 5 behind now. Well, there they are. Together, 18 under par. 3 clear of Tae-Woo Kim. A couple of players at 14 under, but is it just a duel now at the BNI Indonesian Masters?
Welcome back to the final round highlights of the 2019 BNI Indonesian Masters. During the event's gala dinner earlier in the week, the players were already having a competition of another sort in their version of Asia Tour's Got Talent. From the smooth salsa moves of Walmer Murillo to the rap of Rory He, the players put on a night of entertainment for the audience and judges. In the end, it was MC Adam Blythe who walked away with the top prize and bragging rights for the rest of the week.
The real Slim Shady just stood up. Adam, 25.5!
But now it's time for the players to showcase their golfing talent on the course as we take you back to the Royale Jakarta Golf Club. Now here's Richard Kaufman, Don Boulay, Anthony Kang, Timothy Lowe, who are calling the action from Jakarta.
Alex Checo fighting his way near the top. We'll get to 15 under there.
Well, Masrin pops this in. He'll still think he's got a chance, but no. Now eagle putt for Younger. This will take him into third place on his own and only 2 back. It's got a chance.
What an effort.
What a tee shot Patra's hit here. I mean, he's miles down. It's just a flick. He likes it. Why wouldn't you?
Kind of surprised me. He's got 118 yards all the way back to this hole location. This one needs to hurry. There's a little ridge just short of the hole that's going to suck it back to the front of the green. Big miscue there from Gunn.
He's hit a lot of good putts today, Shiv. That shaved the edges. And has it got the pace? It certainly does. Oh, finally. That's a solid round. 3 under after 10. You can't complain, but he could be 6 under.
Jazz coming out of the bunker.
Yeah, he's played that very nicely. And it's advantage Jazz for sure.
Get to within 4 and then a share of solo 6th right now. Not really looking for a high-placed finish. Patra looking to close that gap as quick as possible.
Oh, Gunn now sizing up this very long birdie putt from the bottom level of this green.
Well, there's plenty of meat left on that bone as well. This could be a decisive moment in this final round.
2-shot swing opportunity. Can be aggressive with this. Inside right edge and firm.
Brilliant. Another birdie at a par 5. And a 2-shot lead at the top of the leaderboard. Just 10 putts on that front 9 as well from Jazz.
Now, Patra. 161 yards. That was a good swing. Oh, oh. How did that not go in?
Important up and down here.
That's a pretty good chip, but that's certainly missable.
Danny Masrin having a dig hit at the par 5 12th. His face tells the story.
Not the story you were thinking, Rich.
No, I think it just came out a little hot for him, didn't it?
Jazz faced with this 7-foot par putt to stay 2 ahead.
Coolly done. Jazz Janewattananond stays at 19 under. He's putting from off the green. Wasn't far away, was it?
Oh, look at this. Get up. No, I don't think it's going to catch. Nope. It was just a tap.
And for the second hole in a row, he faces that uncomfortable distance, but to save par to keep the lead by 2.
No problem at all. Coolly done from Jazz.
Tell you, he puts this in, he is in the mix, big time. Keep go. Wang on the 13th, greenside bunker, everything runs away from him.
Oh, beautifully played.
Oh, he's back, is Wang.
Yeah, that's 3 birdies in 5 holes for him.
Josh Younger could do with a Wang here as well in the bunker greenside.
Not quite, but he'll take it.
Well, looks like Patra's got a good lie out of the bunker, slight uphill. Needs to throw it high up in there. Yeah, sounded a bit heavy, which doesn't produce as much spin, as a result rolling farther away from the hole.
Costly for Pachara potentially.
Jazz, great lie here, just a yard closer than Keith on a slight upslope. He'll be able to launch this one up in the air. Heading just right at the flagstick. How's that for a quality golf shot from Jazz?
He's done it again. Jazz Janewattananond produces one of the shots of the day at the par 5 12th.
This, with where Jazz is on 12, this is a must make.
Not hit it. That is a costly bogey, particularly as you say, with the timing of what's going on behind. Another crack of thunder. We've really dodged all the storms this week, but there goes the hooter. So close. And left us at a very tantalizing moment in proceedings as well. So that's the way things stand. Unfortunately, no golf right now to bring you, but when we do resume, of course, Jazz will have that wonderful eagle opportunity.
Welcome back. You're watching the final round highlights of the 2019 BNI Indonesian Masters. Earlier in the week, some of the Asian Tour players took some time off to take part in a skills challenge contest. Each pro was paired with a junior golfer and a representative from the sponsors. Challenges including hitting the target from 100 yards, hitting a stinger through the flags and bursting balloons, and flop shots over a wall. In the end, though, it was Jung-Hun Wang's team who emerged victorious. And now back to more golfing action from the 2019 BNI Indonesian Masters. After 2 hours 15 minutes of weather delay, play finally resumed at 3:20 local time. So let's get you up to speed with some updates. This fantastic second at the par 5 12th was one of Jazz Janewattananond's highlights of the day. He went on to make an eagle here to open up a 4-shot lead to get to 21 under par. Australia's Josh Younger had this brilliant approach at the 13th, the most difficult hole on the back 9. This to get him to 17 under par, but he would give it all back after a bogey at the very next hole. Another birdie would come Jazz's way. Here at the 14th, this magnificent approach to 5 feet would see him get to 22 under par. Meanwhile, his playing partner and compatriot Gunn Charoenkul also birded the same hole to move to 18 under par. And here's a quick look at the leaderboard. Jazz has a 4-shot lead and is on target to finish inside the top 50 of the world rankings. And let's join him and the commentators with his tee shot at the 15th.
What a golf shot again. Jazz is turning on the style.
Well, it can be career changing these last 3 holes for someone like Tae-Woo Kim and Josh Younger. Oh goodness, did that hit the flag?
Well, this would be a way to finish in front of the grandstands for Indonesian Joshua Wirawan. Unfortunately, we'd given it away. Good week though. Yeah, it's been a good week for the Indonesian players. Danny Mazrin yet to finish. Wirawan finishing at 7 under par, which will be in the top 30.
Shouldn't be too much movement at all.
Remarkable, absolutely remarkable. He started the weekend 7 shots off the lead. He's now 5 ahead.
Birdie attempt for Josh Younger. Excellent putt there, Josh.
Another step closer to that Asian Tour card. Well, let's see what Patra's touch is like. Hasn't been able to hold much with the putter.
Well, he's been unlucky this back 9.
Now this is a huge putt for Tae-Woo Kim. Asian Tour ranking. Oh, he's got it. What a fantastic performance from Tae-Woo Kim. 6 under for the day. And that moves him inside the top 60.
Tell you what, Danny Mazrin, he set himself up for a chance for an eagle and maybe to jump into the top 5.
What a sensational finish from Mazrin. That is a magnificent shot.
Tough to judge the speed right here. It'll move left to right over that rise and then just come back the other way towards the hole.
First mistake in a while for Jazz.
Younger has to be careful here. Flat in the first half, straight downhill in the second half.
Oh. He was nearly alongside Gunn there in a share of second.
A little bit of work to do for your leader here.
He's human.
Eagle putt at 18 for his highest ever finish on the Asian Tour, and to be the best finisher from his homeland at this event. What an eagle, what a great performance. 66, tied for 5th, and that's the new yardstick for the local players at the Indonesian Masters. So he birdied 16, 17, but unfortunately for Shiv Kapoor, this is for par at 18.
And a very slow one at that.
Well, it might be a drop shot, but it's going to be a third Indonesian Masters top 10 for the Indian.
Birdie putt for Patra to leapfrog Mazrin and to join Kim at 16 under momentarily, perhaps.
Well, another one who has a liking for this golf course, Patra Kongwatmai.
This putt for birdie goes in. It will move him inside the top 60 on the Habitat for Humanity standings.
Fantastic. Well, he's shown some real nerves of steel here this afternoon in Indonesia. That's a fantastic round of golf for 65.
Not a great lie for Jazz here, just on the edge of the trap. Oh, got an unlucky bounce there, kick forward instead of right. It's trying to come back off the backstop, but it's going to be another long par putt for Jazz.
Third shot for Cheka. Played that well. Alex Cheka needed to throw it past the hole to guarantee that it won't spin back. Has to be careful of hitting this too hard here.
What a save. Well, he's got to put that putter back in the bag next week, surely.
This putt, so important. Come on.
Well, now he's got a choice to make, depending obviously on what Gunn does behind him. He's finishing it at the moment as it stands in a tie for third. Brilliant round of golf. Well, there you go. It's a share of second place as it stands.
Cheka, it's got to go in. Yeah, well done. Brilliant, brilliant stuff, Alex Cheka. That gets him in a tie for fifth with Danny Mazrin, Patra Kongwatmai. Not bad for a 49-year-old, eh?
Well, Jazz Janewattananond will leap up to 45th in those world rankings. The Singapore Open, the Korea Open, and very shortly the Indonesian Masters about to belong to the tie. Just coming up a little shy. Well, he collected a trophy on Saturday after that 62. That was the Habitat for Humanity standings trophy for winning the Asian Tour Order of Merit. It was already an unassailable lead at the top for Jazz. Pretty good. This for outright second for Gunn Charoenkul.
And that will be a final round, 3 under par, 69 for Gunn. It won't be a win, but that will be his best finish in the year of 2019.
76, the number for Keith Orme. expensive day, backing 40 shots. But the stage is clear for Jazz for a closing birdie and a round of 65. What a week, what a season. The new Asian Tour #1, Jazz Janewattananond, now the latest Indonesian Masters champion too. A weekend of utter brilliance from the 24-year-old tie. 62-65. The accolades and the trophies just keep coming for Jazz. So a 5-shot victory for Jazz Janewattananond after that closing round of 65. Let's hear from the new BNI Indonesian Masters champion.
I set out a goal in the beginning of the year after I won Singapore Open that I want to get into the top 50. Well, I didn't expect it to crack it this soon, but yes, it's a plus that it's right at the end of the year and I'll get in the Masters.
What an amazing display in the end by Jazz. And this is how things stand on the Habitat for Humanity standings after the Indonesian Masters. Mika Shin jumps up 1 spot into that top 10, and it's still an excellent year for Scott Vincent, despite missing out on a victory in Korea. This is the top 5. Jazz Janewattananond increasing his advantage at the top and closing in on that $1 million mark after his victory here in Jakarta. And what a week it's been at the flagship event on the Asian Tour. Definitely a week that will be long remembered by Jazz Janewattananond. His 3rd victory of the season here also means he clinches a spot in the 2020 Masters. Once again, congratulations to the newest champion of the BNI Indonesian Masters, Jazz Janewattananond. From all of us here, it's goodbye for now.